Malcontent Reynolds back with you on the live feed of The Fresh and the Furious. We're getting ready. You can hear off camera there Our Ladies of Pain cheering Les Québecoises. 3 different derby leagues, Roller Derby Sherbrooke, Roller Derby Trois-Rivières, and Roller Derby Lévis, coming together to make a super team, an équipe super. Our Ladies of Pain from a little ways down the 401 in Guelph. That's also my league, full disclosure. I play with Violet Uprising, their home team. First jam in this 20-minute game. Valkyrie heads out of the pack with Silent Spring on her tail. Valkyrie has had an amazing game so far. She has gotten lead jam every time she's gotten out of the pack, except for once. She was sent to the box before her initial pass. Every game so far, she has gotten lead jam except for one time. If Our Ladies of Pain are going to win this game, which is an elimination game, they will have to keep their eye on Valkyrie. The Quebecoise are in white, and Our Ladies of Pain are in blue. Thomas the Tank and Sleeping Birdie doing their best to keep Valkyrie back. An effective hit makes her recycle. They've all not only got amazing jammers, Valkyrie is able to get lead jammer again. Betty Spite hot on her tail. Let's see if the same thing happens. Nobody has scored yet. This is the second jam. Valkyrie's going to hit it close, see if she can score some points and call it off. Let's see if she's effective. No points for Our Lady of Pain. 4 points for Les Québecoises. First points on the board. Score is 4-0. Les Québecoises fielding another jammer, a different jammer. Looks like Scary Price. No, that's wrong. Little Witch is on the line, as well as Pablo Picasso. Little Witch for Les Québecoises and Pablo for Our Ladies of Pain. Both jammers taking it a little tentative at the beginning. Pablo pushing so hard, pushes first lead jam for Our Ladies of Pain, and the crowd goes nutso. A lot of RCRG fans in the house today. That is the first lead jam for Our Ladies of Pain. It also looks like it's a power jam. En français, c'est super jam. Only 2 blockers left for Pablo Picasso. And Our Ladies of Pain are on the board for the first time with 5 points. Oh boy.
I had to turn my headset up a little bit. I could not hear you talking. It is getting rowdy up in here.
Even though I'm shouting into the mic. Welcome to Jax on the mic with me today for the live feed. This is nuts. Little Witch has gone to the box. Valkyrie, we're only in our 3rd jam. Valkyrie scored and got lead jam the first 2 jams. Pablo Picasso trying her best to push them forward to get them out of play. You can only block within 20 meters of the pack. So Pablo trying her best to push them
20
forward.
feet.
20 feet, sorry. I'm always going to be meters.
That would be a lot of track.
I have lied this entire time. It's been Roadrunner who was sent to the box. Little Witch was never on the track as a jammer. She's got numbers both 49 and 3 she is wearing, so it's a bit confusing for me. Lead change, first time in this game, 16 minutes, or a little less than 17 minutes remaining. Our Ladies of Pain scored 19 points in that jam, and it is the only points I have on the board, 19-4. Wow.
And we do have 2 more games in the bubble today before we move all the events back over to the Ted Reeve Arena.
And help me out, I'm terrible at tournaments. It's elimination, and then the quarterfinals start in the arena. Wow! Silent Spring gets lead jammer for Our Ladies of Pain. Second lead jam. It is another power jam. Valkyrie is sent to the box. This is their chance to really widen that lead. There's some jean shorts on the track from Les Québecoises, and Silent Spring is able to push forward. I love me some jean shorts. Jorts.
Jean shorts are amazing.
Yeah, more jorts.
It's kind of the jean look, the new skids.
Yeah.
Skating the denim jeggings, some with actual jeans.
Yep. Who got that penalty? 33 La Planteuse gets the penalty. there's fewer and fewer players on the track from Les Québécoises, making it easier for Betty Spite to pass them. When she passes to the official player, she gets all the points in the box. That's another 5 points for her, making that a 15-point jam so far. Valkyrie's back on the track. I cannot handle this. I can't handle 15 more minutes of this.
And just going out of bounds, but calling off the jam.
Fans loving it. That brings it to a 20-point jam. It's a palindrome for Les Québécoises, 34 for Our Ladies of Pain. They are taking a very early lead against a very hard-to-block jammer. Valkyrie has been successful in every single jam except in this game. Suddenly, Our Ladies of Pain are changing things up. It's an official review for Our Ladies. Oh, no, it's official review for Les Québécoises.
Oui.
That's the extent of your French?
Oui. I'm working on Spanish right now.
I know you're working on Spanish. You're doing the app thing?
Yes, Duolingo.
So an interesting thing about roller derby, we are very inclusive in terms of our gender policy. Includes skaters who are gender nonconforming, women identified. So women identified means cis women and trans women are allowed to skate in derby, as well as gender nonconforming folks. And so it's just very interesting because gender is really more central in the French language, and they've decided to call themselves Les Québécoises, which means the people from Quebec, but they've actually chosen to use the E on the end, so it's gendered female. And
correct.
We're trying to get better as announcers to ask people, what are your pronouns? What pronouns do you use? Because we want to use the correct pronouns as we talk about skaters. Just check out the height difference between Ali Artuso, Fidget, who is the captain, who's wearing black pants and the gray tank top there, and Maggie, who's Thomas the Tank, the captain of Our Ladies of Pain. We are a very small team from Royal City Roller Girls. Fidget is one of our smallest skaters, is also on Team Canada. She's talking about the official review, hand talking there. And we are very excited to get more tall skaters. The co-captains of Our Ladies of Pain are both tall players, Thomas the Tank and Nay Slayer.
Thomas the Tank. That's a great name.
Yeah, Thomas is her last name. It's hard for me because lots of leagues use exclusively derby names. In our league, we kind of use a mixture of both, so it's hard for me to call my own league because a lot of the skaters I know just by a different name, and it's hard to remember. What's your derby name? Who is the Quebecoise jammer? I'm so curious. It is
lead jammer status going to OLOP.
It's Beelzebubs is the not lead jammer from Les Québécoises. Betty Spite is your lead jammer. There's about 20 feet between the two jammers. It's going to be a real quick jammer fight. Let's see how many points. Betty Spite can score. The answer is 1. Mr. Beard showing it there. 1 point, 35-4.
And a successful call off.
Good looking call off.
Good looking call off.
I'd paint that call off purple and put it in my front yard.
With a unicorn horn?
Jax, you know me. I love me some unicorns.
See, I called that.
You can be anything you want. I'm a unicorn.
I'm a unicorn as well.
I know. I love it.
So, H-Bomb, number 303. Here's a little bit of a derby connection that I have with H-Bomb.
On Our Ladies of Pain?
H-Bomb's mom is Bruzy Q, who skates for Lindsay Roller Derby, the team that I coach.
I didn't know roller derby players had moms. I thought they just came out of a pond one day.
No, Bruzy Q actually in the house today came to support her teammates and her teammates from Lindsay that played earlier, and her daughter who's still playing.
Okay, so Jax has just let me know derby players are born by sexual mammalian reproduction.
Absolutely. I mean, I wasn't there, so I can't confirm that, but...
Looks like Valkyrie's jamming. She gets lead jammer. Pablo Picasso is stuck in the back of the pack against some very strong blockers. We're not only seeing amazing jammers from Les Québécoises, we're seeing some strong blocking as well. She's got all 4 to deal with, nobody bridging. Oh, number 6 remembers to bridge, making the pack, meaning they can hold Pablo back longer.
A little too late. That was a penalty. No pack was called, and at that moment when the referee says no pack, if you're in the back, you have to make an attempt to get forward, and if you're forward, you need to stop. And they continue to engage the jammer, so...
Or you get a destruction of pack penalty. And we're seeing a little different strategy from Our Ladies of the Pain. What happened with them, their first game of the day was at 12:20, was against a combined team, Quad City Hot Rods, from 5 or 6 different derby leagues.
6 different derby leagues.
You had already played one game that morning. It took Our Ladies of Pain a little while to remember what sport they were playing, how to do it. This time we're seeing them just come hot off the track and get lots of points early against a really hard to score against team. Beelzebubs is jamming for Les Québecoises. Betty Spite might lap her if she puts on the jets right now. Yes, she has. Toe stop comes off of Beelzebubs. She hasn't realized yet. It's loose on the track. Ref goes to pick it up, but that's making her life very difficult. Toe stops are important for jammer agility.
And the NSO and the ref both needing to get out of the way as the jammer was coming around, and that's going to be a 5-point scoring pass for OLOP.
Olop. The pivot panty was lost by
the pivot.
Mayam Sane, and it's now just sitting on the track. The only one who can pick it up is the pivot. Oh man, everything that can happen is happening.
All the things.
All the things, all at once, all the feels.
All the things happen. Again, as a coach, and that's advice to coaches, especially with a fresh team, always tell your skaters to check their toe stops before they go on the track. Even for veteran skaters, check your toe stops.
And so I've been skating 8 years. I remember when we first started and we would have equipment checks. We would have to line up and all the refs would check to make sure our equipment was taped down, and they would check our toe stops to make sure they were tight. We don't do that anymore. It's on each skater to wear their equipment properly or to get a penalty.
Right, they stopped doing that because they didn't want any liabilities if a skater was injured after they'd had their gear checked by the referees.
I thought they stopped doing it just because it took so darn long, and also we're adults and should be able to dress ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
So no, it was a liability issue that would then put the onus of liability on the referees because they were the ones that said the skater was safe to skate.
Oh. We're nearly halfway through this game. We've got 11 minutes, 36 seconds left, and the score is 52 for Our Ladies of Pain, 16 for Les Québecoises. This is not what I was expecting to happen in this game.
No. Well, I kind of was. I thought it would be a little bit closer, but...
I was not expecting for Valkyrie to go to the box twice, 2 power jams. I was not expecting Olaf to be able to contain Valkyrie as much as they have, and the crowd has really been responding. Every time they emerge from lead jam, usually at turn 1, the crowd is
right. It's
really
a heavy Olaf crowd here in attendance.
We only have an hour to travel, whereas Les Québecoises have 8 or more hours to come. And we also, even though the short timeline or the short amount of distance to travel, we do have a tradition of really supporting our fresh meat.
And that makes a huge difference. As from a skater perspective, when you've got fans yelling and cheering for you, it pushes your game up that little level more that you need, like that extra inch you need to get lead jammer status, and it does help with all those things.
Thomas the Tank is the pivot. Mayam Sane in the brain is the pivot for Les Québecoises. I can't see who's jamming because everybody's blocking so effectively. They're literally blocking my view.
And they are taller blockers.
Valkyrie is lead jammer for Les Québecoises. Betty Spite hot on her tail, like 15 feet away.
And OP getting to Olap, sorry.
It's okay.
Getting to the front of the pack where they need to be. You don't want any low-hanging fruit, as we call it.
I like that you are coaching. Wow! Getting a hard hit from Thomas the Tank, I'm assuming. I didn't see it, but she's nodding as she gets off the track. Massive hit from Thomas the Tank. Valkyrie calls it off as she is thrown into the infield. Little grin from Thomas.
Onto the skates of Guilo Foshoa, one of our referees who puts a hand down and lifts Valkyrie up off his feet.
Oh, man. Pablo Picasso I see on the line.
Later on this evening, there will be a presentation. Every coach from every team has been asked to submit the name of one skater that exemplifies the essence of fresh meat. There was a skater, GTA Roller Girls skater a few years ago. We'll get more into that in a second.
Pablo Picasso has gained the lead jammer. The crowd is cheering for her. Roadrunner takes the inside. Pablo Picasso 3/4 of the way around the track she sneaks through. Those blockers are not ready for her. The pack is kind of split up, not front back. The pack was split up side to side. She's able to slip right through. She's watching where Roadrunner is.
She looks to her bench, and she looks to her turn 3, and they're both saying go, go, go.
And Fidget has done that a couple of times. She's asked them to run the clock because they have the point advantage, so they might as well just keep running the clock.
Absolutely. When you have a lead, you do that. A good strategy, too, is keeping an eye on the penalty box and getting your skaters out. That's another good reason to go long.
Yes, they did have, both teams did have one in the box.
And this is going to be trouble for Pablo Picasso. That's going to be a back block penalty. It's going to be a power jam now for Les Québecoises.
First power jam they have. Beelzebubs is on the track. She is pushing, pushing, pushing. It's a hard wall. Kilopatra gives her one last shove. She stays on her feet, though.
And this jam will go the full 2 minutes.
Les Québecoises are lining up in a 3-2, or pardon me, 3-1. They're doing some offense. Hear a whistle go there. Looks like Scary Price.
H-bomb just dropped an F-bomb.
Oh, that's H-bomb, not Kilopatra. 96. John Doe has to head to the box for Les Québecoises.
Looks like H-bomb had her finger possibly run over by a skate.
That's not fun.
It's not fun. It really, really hurts.
Les Québecoises are doing effective offense that we haven't seen happen very well yet today. They're surrounding the opposing blockers on the track without moving them forward. We've seen a lot of offense that just pushes the pack forward, which is what you want as the people who are killing the power jam.
Les Québecoises coming out 9-point advantage over Our Ladies of Pain. 19-10 was that jam.
Bringing the score to 38-65 for Our Ladies of Pain. It's an official timeout. You can see it by the jam tiner touching her shoulders.
So I was going to say, so later on this evening, I believe 7 o'clock tonight, will be the awarding Luisa Calmaris Heart Award. I'm going to try and say this without getting choked up because I knew Luisa and she was an amazing person. For any of you freshies out there or skaters out there that have seen the Roller Derby Compendium for Freshies Worldwide Facebook group, that is Luisa Calmaris' legacy to roller derby. She started that group so that fresh meat skaters would have a place where they could go and not feel alone in this big world of roller derby. That she started off as fresh meat in Australia. She came over to Canada. She had been fresh meat for a couple of years. She never gave up, never quit.
Yep.
She embodied everything that is roller derby and all these amazing characteristics that separate roller derby from every other sport in the world.
Yep.
Sadly, we lost Luisa to an acute asthma attack a few years back, and so they've named the Luisa Calmaris Heart Award. So the coach of every team puts in the name of one skater from their team that embodies everything that Luisa Calmaris was about, and then it's a random draw to the person that gets the award.
And so tune in until the very end of this live feed to see who wins that award. Valkyrie went to the box again. That's her third time in the box. This is so rare. Silent Spring is all by herself. She doesn't even need the offense. She runs to the inside, sneaks around everybody. She's got some more time in this power jam. She gets 5 points. Our Ladies of Pain have 70 points to Les Québecoises 38, and there is less than 8 minutes left in this tiny, tiny game. Skaters falling down as Silent Spring pushes through them. It's 5 more points.
Valkyrie out of the penalty box, now coming in. Our Ladies of Pain blockers ready and waiting, and the jam coming to an end.
10 more points for Our Ladies of Pain in that jam. They have widened their lead.
But it's not an insurmountable lead.
It's not over. Math, etc.
Math, yes.
I'm still nervous for my league mates, for my fresh skaters. I get very nervous.
37 points, 7 minutes.
And we're not a league that focuses on winning as the only and the primary goal. We're a league that focuses on gameplay, and we really see Fresh and the Furious. A cut from Valkyrie sends her to the box again.
And that's going to be Valkyrie's 4th penalty.
That means she's out.
4 penalties does it. They're going to be 6.5 minutes
with no Valkyrie.
Their star jammer. That is trouble for Les Québecoises.
Holy Hannah. This is time for Our Ladies of Pain to really show how they play together and everything we embody as a league. The playing together as teammates, the camaraderie, the helping your jammer, which you're seeing now by the sweep to the outside.
Oh, and a big hit.
from Gigi Crackaface. Makes it through again. 5 more points. 6 minutes left in this game. Valkyrie's back on the track.
Okay, maybe it wasn't her 4th penalty.
Or maybe refs haven't taken her out of the game yet. Let's see what happens at the end of this jam.
Generally, when you foul out of a game, you don't get to go back onto the track.
It's not back and forth, back and forth.
They don't let you out of the penalty box. You just kind of stand there, and it would be a really long power jam.
Yeah, let's see what's happening with this penalty. One Olap skater in the box, and it looks like
maybe we miscounted. Maybe that was only.
It felt like 4 to me.
It felt like 4 to me as well.
But
she got 2 in 1 jam.
I can't trust my feelings anymore. There's been so much drama. That last bout with the overtime, and this team being my league.
Pablo Picasso, when we were playing earlier, I looked over and she looks like she's wearing Barbie skates.
They are pink fade to blue, and she has this really wonderful stance that I like. She also wears a snowboarding helmet, which looks huge on her. Makes her look, and the way she holds her braids makes her look younger and younger.
But the pink and blue skates with the pink wheels,
yeah,
they look like Barbie skates. It's awesome.
It's amazing. I love it. And Derby, Professor Wrex and I were talking earlier in the live feed about how you can wear a hijab in Derby. We've never had a controversy about it, where other sports like basketball and soccer their officiating bodies have really dragged their feet. In roller derby, we've never had a rule preventing it. So there's this amazing league in Egypt, Kai Rollers, who make a great video about how to wear a hijab underneath your helmet.
I have a story about that.
Yeah.
The 2014 Women's World Cup in Dallas, Texas, I was there as a spectator, and there was a little cardboard box in between a couple of vendor merch tables.
Hold on a second, Jax. What you saw there with 4 minutes left in this game, Betty Spite got lead. It looks like she got hit in the face. She's talking with Fidget, her coach, and touching her eye a little bit. We saw Gigi Crackaface jamming for the first time, and she came out very close. And Betty Spite's on the box having a bit of trouble with her eye.
She has something in her eye, maybe.
Yeah, or maybe a loose...
So good call off. If you can't see, it's probably a good idea to not continue the jam.
Gigi was close to her, but there was a box at Roller Derby World Cup.
Right, and it was written in Sharpie on this cardboard box said gear donations for Roller Derby Beirut.
Oh yeah.
And do you remember that? And
Valkyrie's back on the track.
It was a few months later, maybe 6 or 8 months later, where I saw something on Facebook, a video of Roller Derby Beirut skaters skating.
Mm-hmm. With those donations, and they took monetary donations, but they also took just gear.
Gear donations back to Beirut.
Yeah,
and
back to Beirut.
I mean, this is the amazing support that, this is what sets roller derby apart from every other sport, where...
Valkyrie and Betty Spite chatting on the track a little bit there. What happened in that jam is, and this is happening really regularly, Valkyrie does get the lead jammer. We are not far behind. Olaf is not far behind with the jammer, and they force the call off by just being so darn close.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the strategy. If you're not lead jammer, just put the fear of the goddess in them and get really close to them. I'm gonna get those points.
I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna chase you down.
Chase you down.
And I'm gonna hit you out.
I'm gonna be your shadow. Yeah.
And as soon as I get close enough, I'm gonna hit you, and you're gonna go out, and then I'm gonna get a little bit of space on you.
Nayslayer doing some jazz hands on the track there, maybe cheering up Betty Spite, who's still having a little bit of face trouble. Normal, totally normal, having the face problems.
Right. You can get fingers in the eye and such. That happens. I wear
my eyeglasses under my helmet, and the worry there is that I'm not wearing sports glasses, but we do have an optometrist, an eye doctor in our league. She's the captain of Killer Queens. Her name's Eye Socket.
Lovely.
And she told me that even with cheap plastic frames, I'm fine.
GTA Roller Girls also have an optometrist coaching the G-Stars.
You can't see my costume in the live feed, but I love my frames. I'm wearing my announcing frames now, some very large cat eye glasses. Pablo Picasso is lead. Looks like they phoned treble in as trigger, pardon me. I love it when non-jammers jam, and Fresh and the Furious is a perfect time to test out, am I a jammer or not? You might not know yet. You're in your first year playing.
Exactly.
So let's find out, are you a jammer?
And I talked to my skaters from a coaching perspective, point of view. I kind of assess body type, and there's the ectomorph, the endomorph, and the mesomorph body types.
Yep.
And that kind of denotes your jamming style. So you've got your prototypical jammer body, where they're tiny little jammers, and those are the duck and tuck.
Yep.
The jammers.
The
You get
bean
low,
dip.
you slide through the little holes.
And that's your
then
fidget.
trigger, that's your fidget, absolutely.
Yeah.
Trigger that's out here right now is the ground and pound.
Yeah.
Gonna go right up the middle, split the D, pinball your way through the pack, because you've got the structure and the strength to do that.
Trigger's on a power jam. This is very exciting. Only the second power jam for Les Québecoises. Let's see what she can do with the power jam. She's getting lots of help from her team. They're sweeping to the outside. They speed up the pack, though. Still 3 players in front of her. Nasley are tripping on nothing, which is very normal for even veteran skaters to do.
And it's gonna be trigger called on a forearm. This is not good for Les Québecoises.
A power jam for Pablo. 37 seconds left in this jam. She's looking at the clock. She's getting direction from her box.
She has lost lead jammer status though, so this jam will go the full 2 minutes.
And I think that's what Artuzo was signaling to her, that you're not the lead jammer. Keep going, keep going.
Absolutely. And we are down to 1 minute 15 seconds remaining.
I'm starting to feel a little bit more comfortable, less terrified. Well, Pablo's a great pusher. She's really good at pushing them forward. Oh man, some wonderful offensive blocking. She passed the star! Star pass to Naslayer.
This is the first star pass I've seen today.
I know, and I warned our team that teams like Toronto Divas, teams from Quebec are going to do star passes as soon as they don't get lead jammer, but we haven't seen that.
A back block on trigger. This is going to be another power jam for Our Ladies of Pain.
And so that was the jam called. This is going to start as a power jam. We're in last jam territory. It's going to be a power start. And that's a normal, to get a couple back blocks is really normal if you don't usually jam. I get lots of back blocks when I jam. I'm a bigger skater. I'm a ground and pound skater.
I'm a ground and pound skater as well.
Yeah. Professor Wrex was shocked that I have had the same skates for my entire derby career, 8 years, because he said, when I see how you play, you really clomp along. I thought, you destroy skates. No, same skates for 8 years.
That's a big accomplishment.
I bought my new skates at Beast of the East from Neon Skates, and I bought the same exact boots.
Neon Skates, one of the sponsors here today.
Thank you so much, Neon Skates. I really love Dawn Cherry. She provides amazing service. I got the Rydell 265s, and I got the closest to the Revenge plates. They don't make the Revenge plates anymore.
They do not. They don't make the rival plates anymore either.
No, so I just said whatever is most similar. I really like my setup. I really like how it works for me. I like the geometry.
Something neon, something plate.
Yeah, I don't even know what plate I bought. Dawn, I trust you. Please same geometry, please same weight, please same materials, and she set it all up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Our skates are our biggest piece of equipment in Derby. We put a lot of effort and thought. Some people, they'll try a new skate out and they're like, no, they'll last 2 weeks and they say, this is not for me, it's too different. And some people have to go through a couple of skates before they determine what's really for them. It's an official timeout with 45 seconds left in this game. This has been a very exciting day of Derby. Both of the last games have been very close. This one not as close. Our Ladies of Pain have a 50-point lead on Les Québecoises.
Oh, because the injuries that happened over there.
They're still running a game over there.
Yeah, well, they said one.
That whistle says the jam is on. It's a power start for Silent Spring. She's got to push them forward. Blockers are not allowed to hold their arms together. She gets lead jam. That takes her about 15 seconds and a quarter of the track. Thomas the Tank is standing at the front of that line of Ola blockers, ready to help if she needs it. Let's see what Silent Spring asks for. She comes out to the outside. She says, hey, help me out a little bit. She gets some inside help from Thomas the Tank. Gigi Crackaface is there to block her. She takes the outside. It's useful. They got to be ready for Valkyrie to come. They're all split up. Let's see. Thomas the Tank runs right into her. That's an initial pass for Valkyrie. Betty Spice looking behind her. Artuzo saying, call it off. She does. That is the unofficial final, is 98-43. Let's wait for the swooping whistle to the final. I'm sure you have something to say.
I do. I've got an update. The next game that's going to be shown on this feed is going to be Queen's Court for Queen City Roller Girls taking on the Smash Squad from Montreal Roller Derby. We have a little bit of jockeying around of games here. We had a couple of injuries happen in Ted Reeve Arena. and that's delayed things. So there's still a game going on over there right now, but they've bumped this game over to here so that we can kind of get back on track a little bit. No pun intended, or maybe.
All the puns intended, all the time. Swooping whistle happened. Official final is Francesca Fury. Please exit in front of
43 for Les Québecois and
98 for Our Ladies of Pain from Royal City Roller Girls. This is so exciting. My lead mates, I love you. The crowd is going pretty nuts. Everybody is lining up to get some high fives and some wonderful actions. That means Our Lady of Pain will, I can't have words anymore. They'll continue on to the quarterfinal. Leantichrist. Leantichrist is playing the next. Roadkill?
Nope, the one behind Leanne.
Owly shit?
Owly.
Owly shit.
Owly shit. Like, say it with a French accent.
Français, ouais. Okay.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. I love it. I really love the Quebecois sense of humor and a lot of the
French
name.
English combined.
Yeah, Petit Plouche from Montreal Roller Derby is on a home team. One is a pun. It's in French. It's a pun of My Little Pony, and it's if you speak enough French.
Ticoun.
Ticoun. Yeah.
Ticoun.
Yeah. So wonderful showing from Our Ladies of Pain. I'm so proud of our Olapians. The nuns with a habit. The habit is derby. We really appreciate them. We have a little bit of a roster switch. It'll show up on layer 9 soon. Click on your video. Click in where the video is playing. Click on the eye. It'll show you. If you click on the eye, the information icon, it'll take you to the layer 9 website that'll show you all the information about rosters and schedule. I am over the moon impressed with the derby. I don't know how I'm going to keep going. I'm going to get adrenal fatigue. My adrenaline levels are through the roof.
Well, you have a break right now, maybe.
Okay. Maybe another costume change?
Well, actually, you don't. A little bit of a break, but we had to move one of our announcers from this venue over, so.
Okay, I'll do whatever you like,
Hang
Jax.
out.
Jax is a coach, head announcer for this tournament, as well as an announcer doing all the jobs.
All the things.
It's an honor, as usual, to announce with you. We have an amazing curse where we have ties happen
Twice this year at tournaments.
Twice this year at 20-minute style tournaments. So I will see you again on the flat track and on the mic. You at home, thank you so much for joining us. We love you so much.
Thank you.